Shut up and sit down.
Namaste, friends. I'm Simon.
I'm Ellie.
And if you enjoy our videos, please remember to like, comment, subscribe, and hit that bell thing. That would be very kind of you indeed. And tonight, as always, we're being surprised by you guys, our viewers, who have recommended we watch certain movie trailers and film our silly reactions to those trailers.
So what do we have coming up next?
Well, next up, we've got a movie that a lot of you, our viewers, have recommended we check out. This is a movie that's coming out, at the moment there's no firm release date, it just says mid-2021, which is pretty close, and it was filmed simultaneously in Hindi, Tamil, and English.
Wow.
Even English. Why would it be filmed in English, I hear you say? Well, it was actually a true story, a dramatic biopic about the life of a real-life scientist called Nambi Narayanan, who graduated from Princeton University, very close to where we live on the other side of the border in New Jersey. Now, a biopic about a scientist may not sound that exciting. However, this movie tells the story of Nambi Narayanan as he goes through graduating from Princeton University, his life as a scientist, and when he's presented with charges of espionage. So yeah, he was actually investigated as a spy. As I say, this is a true story. Nambi Narayanan is actually still alive today. He was born in 1941, which makes him 79 years old. So I kind of figure if you're doing a historical biopic about a living person, you've got to be pretty accurate or they're going to have something to say about it. So we're going to check out the trailer for Rocketry. If you want to know what we think about it, hang around until the end. But for now,
let's go.
Let's go!
I hope all this grand preparation is worth the outcome.
If you think this is such a futile exercise, why are you even here?
I'm here because what happened to me should never happen to anybody else in this country.
Yeah. Wow.
Sir, it's such an honor to meet you.
Oh, it's an honor to meet you too, Nambi.
You know what this guy first said when he landed on the moon?
One small step for man, one giant leap.
No.
What he actually said was,
Holy shit! How the hell do I get back?
We need to use these rockets to launch satellites commercially.
What they're asking for is impossible.
In the years to come, every nation will be vying for this trillion-dollar market.
This is NASA, Mr. Nambi. The most coveted playground for any scientist worth his salt. I trust to understand what an honor this is.
They're trying to poach my best man again. Start training your replacements from tomorrow.
Sir, I can't do that. I don't have the time. If you don't like the way I'm working, then I'm happy to resign right away.
India ke polla.
Getting a NASA fellowship in 3 months is pretty big by itself. You must be the real deal, Nambi.
Sir, everybody thinks the engine failed because of me, but the truth of the matter is I failed because of you. Give us the hydraulic plant and all the equipment.
What you're asking for is £400 million worth of equipment.
I know as a nation we can't afford to pay you a dime, but we'll forever be indebted to you. Can you promise that the engines will be delivered on time?
I cannot promise that we will even be alive 2 hours later.
Oh my god, yeah.
Variations of scenery.
Humanity have been better served if you worked at NASA. There should be a photograph of you in the Oxford Dictionary, right next to the definition of the word patriotism.
Wow.
You cannot betray this country.
Tell me what needs to be done to get you out of
Oh
here.
my god.
To right this wrong.
This country may have given up on the likes of me, but I cannot and will not give up on them. I'm not here to get a character certification from you guys, nor am I here to win a popularity contest. We are here on a mission.
Stop the engine! Stop! There's no time!
It's time for you to take us to the stars.
What do you take me for?
Wow.
I'm a rocket scientist.
Oh, nice.
How many people like me? How many, Mr. Khan? Fools who've been victims of their own patriotism. I will fight.
Wow. So we've just seen the trailer for Rocketry telling the story of Nambi Narayanan. and his graduation from Princeton University, his work for NASA as a rocket scientist, and then his arrest and trial and interrogation under charges of espionage because they claimed that he was selling confidential flight data to a foreign government. So, wow, there was a lot there. Oh, blah. What did you think about it?
I thought it was a really powerful story, and I feel like the storyline of this is so important. I feel like a lot of the movies we've seen while we've been doing this have been really stylish movies or action-packed, and it's been kind of all about the visuals, whereas this is a lot more about the message, and it makes it even more powerful knowing that it's a true story and that he's still alive and that his story needs to be told, like what he went through.
Yeah, it really strikes me after watching Falcon and Winter Soldier, which is obviously fictional. I'm not that delusional to think it's true. But there's a story buried in Falcon Winter Soldier about a character who was wrongly imprisoned, interrogated, and a guy from a minority race in the United States. And as much as that story is fictional in Falcon and Winter Soldier, like you say, there are thousands and thousands of stories of people who have been wrongly imprisoned, wrongly convicted. Sometimes it is racially motivated as well. So yeah, I completely agree with you. I think this is the kind of story that needs to be told, as well as telling the story about somebody who potentially really pioneered not only advances in rocketry at NASA. And this guy was literally a rocket scientist. Normally we say,
oh, it's not rocket science.
But this guy's literally a rocket scientist, inventing rocket propulsion techniques for NASA, and then is instrumental in India's first ever space launch, compared to NASA with an incredibly small budget. So I think there's a lot here that looks awesome and worth checking out.
I think the other thing that looks really awesome about this is just the variety of locations they visited in filming as well. Like we saw like the cityscapes, various cityscapes we saw, and kind of countryside, and then like the sweeping snowscapes as they're traveling. And we haven't seen that kind of variety before either. We've had the contrasts of kind of lush jungles versus cities, but I feel like just this variety of locations is really awesome too.
Yeah, and I completely agree with you. You had, American cities, you had pieces of Washington, D.C. in there, you had Indian cities as well as, like I would say, visually stunning landscapes. I was also really impressed with the diversity, and maybe this comes from, having to tell a story that includes America, but you have a movie which is Indian at its core. I mean, it absolutely is an Indian movie, and yet they've brought in Western actors, and there are people speaking English in it, and I guess we've only seen the English trailer, but I do love it that this is a movie being told from the Indian point of view that has Western elements in it as well, that spans an American university and NASA and those kind of topics.
And the British as well.
Yeah, that's right.
It's an interesting choice to have them included.
Yeah, I completely agree. I think that's very interesting having the British in here collaborating. And I can only imagine doing one take in Hindi and then them saying, okay, do that scene again in Tamil, having to do that scene in a completely different language, and then them saying, okay, do that scene in English. And like, I'm sure there are some bits where they do subtitles or something maybe on the English version, because oh my god, but I mean, even doing a movie in 2 languages, doing it in 3 is kind of nuts. So my hat is off to the amount of hard work that has gone into making rocketry a thing. So yeah, I am really, really excited to see this. Is this the kind of movie that you would watch?
Definitely. I really like kind of hard science movies and kind of ones with political intrigue and kind of victims of politics. And this really nails it, so I really want to see this one. Yeah,
same. Yeah. Well, hopefully we won't have to wait very long. I mean, summer 2021 could be now, could be August. So summer in what hemisphere, I guess. But hopefully we'll see this before too long, because obviously a lot of people have recommended it to us. A lot of people are very, very excited to see it. Well, there you go, friends. You got two nerds who are pretty hyped up to see Rocketry. And hopefully we won't have to wait very long to see it. But of course you won't have to wait very long to see us, because you know how often we do this?
Every day.
Every day. So we will see you tomorrow, friends, on the next Dork Trailer Ambush.
Peace out, nerds.
Bye.
Shut up and sit down.